problem with voting for the lesser of two evils is that you still give your vote to evil. To me, this is reprehensible. I cannot look at any of the candidates, including the incumbent, and see anyone even close to worthy of the office of president. When I call them all clowns in a circus of deceit, I am not analogizing. I mean that quite literally. The more I look at the entire Dog and Pony Show, the more I realize that winning the popularity contest is the only goal for them. They only give a fuck about what you think during election season. They begin with the omnipresent divisive language to identify their demographic, and then they pander to it in ways it's sure to understand while dumping money into smearing any opposition with the most vile detritus of political existence they can unearth. When they win, it's back to business as usual. Like the saying goes, banks got bailed out, we got sold out. It's just one of the latest examples of how our system of government has left us behind. I, for one, am not voting for president. I will go to the voting booth and do my civic duty, but I will abstain from that particular vote unless a worthy candidate can be produced. And sadly, I do not think that that's even possible. Ron Paul is just as scary as any other Republican candidate, and they think crazy things like poor kids should clean up after their wealthier counterparts in middle schools, and starting a third world war is a fantastic thing to do. Every one of them has been exposed to this corrupt system for long enough for me to realize that they are not working for us, but for themselves. Public servants in dereliction of duty. I realize that Ron Paul has a few brilliant ideas. That can't be doubted. Ending the wars and the Federal Reserve are both fantastic ideas that will move us along the right direction, but a few diamonds in a box full of shit is still difficult to notice. And Obama may be the worst of them all. Time after time, he appoints his Wall Street mainstream finance handlers to seats of inscrutable power while nimbly jumping from fence to fence without ever touching the ground. How does that not sound like a circus act? And if you want this guy to appoint Ruth Ginsburg's replacement on the Supreme Court, she's 79 years old, then go ahead and vote for him. The last thing we need is a Supreme Court Justice bankster's got your dough in charge. Congress must be purged and money must be removed from politics. When our public servants serve the public, our democracy works. And that has not been the case for far too long. I see my friends and family continually surviving with less and less, and it gives me hope that compassion still exists. I just realized that Washington is a hostile environment to compassion. And when you really get down to the bottom of it all, that's what's really got to change.